There's a problem right there. But he said to me, you know, I'm pro-choice, and I always love it when a man tells me they're pro-choice. But everybody's entitled to their opinions, and that's okay. But here's what he said. He said, I'm pro-choice, and that's why I'm going to vote for John McCain, because I'm pro-choice. That's all. And I said, okay, well, go on. Let's hear some more. What else do you have to say about that? He had nothing else to say, other than he was a Republican and that he was pro-choice. So then that's my job to step in and ask him a question. And to provoke thought is really what we need to do. Because I think that they're just blindly going, okay, I'm a Republican, where do I push the button? They're not even thinking, they're not engaging, because most people won't do that because it takes work. You're young, you have energy, you have to do the work and engage them. So back to my story. So I said to him, so let me ask you a question. And you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion on this, and personally I agree with Barack Obama that we need to reduce the amount of unwanted pregnancies to begin with. Just why is this happening? You know, let's start with the cause and not just the solution. It's like Eastern medicine versus Western medicine. Let's find out why you get diabetes, not just eat lots of sugar and junk and treat the symptoms with expensive drugs. I'm getting off on a rant, so this is what happened. So I said to him, so an embryo is God's creature. Absolutely, he said. He's with me all the way. And we shouldn't destroy God's creatures. Absolutely, he said. With me all the way. So I said, so then why are you okay with Sarah Palin getting in a helicopter and shooting polar bears, caribou, and putting out some Wild West bounty on the right paw of wolves in the state of Alaska? She'll give $500 to anybody who brings her the right paw of a wolf in Alaska. Aren't wolves and polar bears and caribou God's creatures? Are they not? So why is it okay for her to shoot wild animals for sport, not for food? Who is she to determine what's God's creature and what isn't? So that took me a long time to get to my point, which is nothing new. But my point is there are really simple answers to these arguments. So please encourage people, start dialogue, start conversations. And the more you know about Barack, and the more you know about McCain and Palin, the more you can just shut people right down. Because I do it all day long. You know, everybody who says they're a Republican, they have something to say about McCain, they have something to say about Sarah Palin, it's so easy to just debunk any ideas and opinions they have. You've all got brains. You didn't get into this university because you don't. So let's use them. You know, one more thing I want to say. It's another really good point that I think we have to mention. You know, the war, it cost North Carolina $17 billion. $17 billion. I've been to the Walter Reed Memorial Hospital in Washington, D.C., and I've visited troops. And John McCain and a lot of other people say, well, we have to have victory in Iraq. Barack Obama wants to pull out of Iraq, and we have to have victory there. We can't pull out. We have to pull out in a safe way, absolutely, and Barack will do that. Victory in Iraq, $17 billion, 5,000 American soldiers dead, and 800,000 soldiers have come back to this country amputees or with severe brain traumas. 800,000 Americans have absolutely, probably no future because this government has no money to take care of them. Will there ever be victory in Iraq? It's absurd. The notion of victory in Iraq is absurd. There's no victory. Nobody wins in wars. So when people say that to you, that you can answer them with that too. The very notion of victory in Iraq is absurd. There's no such thing. Not to mention all the Iraqis that have died. It's just nobody wins. So for them to stand behind a podium with a pen and say, we must have victory in Iraq, there's no such thing. And we have to keep driving that point home. I don't know, you know, how else we can do it, but with simple little things like that. But let's go to work and let's get it done. You guys can do this. You can. You just have to talk to everyone. That's why I'm here. Barack says get involved. We just